Good evening, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where we curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. Right before I hit the headlines, I want to quickly take our viewers through, numerically at least, where India stands with its fight against COVID-19. We're going to break down the numbers for our viewers. Let's take you to the total caseload right now in India. It stands at 72,39,389. We've seen till now 63,01,927 recoveries and 1,10,586 deaths. Let's break it to the worst hit states. Maharashtra continues to dominate with a total caseload of 15,43,837. We've seen 12,97,252 recoveries and 40,701 deaths. Andhra is at second place with 7,63,573 total positive cases. Recoveries have been 7,14,427. Till now, Andhra has recorded 6,291 deaths. Let's take you to Tamil Nadu, which is at the Karnataka, I beg your pardon, which is at the third position with a total caseload of 7,26,106. Recoveries have been 6,02,505. Though Karnataka has seen a larger death toll as compared to Andhra with 10,123. So this is where India stands numerically with its fight against COVID-19. In the last 2 days, there's been unprecedented in Andhra Pradesh, rain in Andhra Pradesh, especially in Hyderabad. What has gone down in just the last 24 hours has been horrific. The incessant rain that has fallen in Hyderabad especially has pretty much brought the city to its knees. We're going to take you through some of the most horrific visuals that have been recorded from the city of Hyderabad. Take a look.
A man struggles to stay afloat as he's washed away by powerful currents. Cars washed away. Buses turned turtle. Roads turned into rivers. Hyderabad woke up to a deluge caused by record rainfall in the city. The torrential downpour caused unprecedented damage, the likes of which hasn't been witnessed in Hyderabad in years. Over 10 lives were snuffed out in the city. The road leading to the international airport was washed away and 3 people were washed out due to flash floods in the area.
This particular road stretch connects Hyderabad International Airport to the city, and you can see the devastation, the intensity of rain. You can just imagine that these trucks, these cars washed away and then completely it looked like that it is crushed by some heavy boulder or something. The entire stretch is completely devastated. You can see the entire road has washed away. This is the situation.
मेरा बेटी गया, 2 बच्चे गए और एक जो है सो बेटी गई, एक बच्चा उधर बह गया पानी में. रात के 2 बजे पानी आया था, पूरा बात लात मार के चलेगा.
As always, it was the poor who faced the brunt of the floods, wading through waist-deep water, their homes completely submerged. It wasn't just the slums. Every part of the city was inundated. Many locals were forced to stay indoors as water entered their apartments.
People are now, they are stranded in their houses. This particular building, you can see this entire basement, it is completely submerged, and you can see the flow of the water. They tried stopping the water entering into the basement, but it is completely now filled with the water. They can't come down.
पब्लिक को हम लोग रेस्क्यू करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से और इंतजाम किए गए. पब्लिक मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, आज कल भी बहुत बारिश है करके बोल रहे, तो सब लोग आप घर पे रहने के लिए मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूं.
The iconic Hussain Sagar Lake was in full spate, like a raging river passing by the heart of the city. The worst may be over, but it will take days for normalcy to return in Hyderabad.
After record rainfall, Hyderabad city went underwater, and this is the situation of this smart city. This is not the first time, but second time in 2 months span, city witnessed inundation and flooding in several low-lying areas. And now, big question being asked that whether the government will learn any lesson after witnessing this kind of devastation. With camera person Damodar, Ashish in Hyderabad for India Today.
All right, let's take you now through some of the areas which have been the worst affected. Most of these low-lying areas every year usually get inundated, but this time the backlash of post-monsoon showers have been cruel in these areas. Number one is Medchal, Malkajgiri, where 324.8 millimeters of rainfall has occurred in just the last 24 hours. Let's take you now to the next area, which is completely inundated, flooded, is Rangareddy. 298.8 millimeters of rainfall recorded in just the last 24 hours. Let's take you now to the third area, which is completely underwater, was Yadari, Bhuvanagari. 261 milliliters of rainwater in just the last 24 hours, while the main city of Hyderabad, let's get you the figures there, even that wasn't quite spared, recording 258.3 millimeters of rainfall, and the city was brought to its knees. The millennial city pretty much brought to its knees, while Sangareddy recorded 230.5 milliliters of rainfall in the last 24 hours. So just to give you a ringside view on how it rained mayhem in various areas of Andhra Pradesh and Hyderabad right there in front of you. 24 hours. The visuals that we have seen are horrific. All right, let's quickly now shift focus to the other big story that we are tracking, and that comes in from Karnataka, Bengaluru. Well, what happened on the 11th of August in Bengaluru, the charge sheet of that is now the National Investigation Agency has questioned two prominent Congress MLAs, Rizwan Arshad and Zabir Ahmad Khan, in connection with these riots. They have been asked to explain their presence in the areas. While the Congress MLAs are questioned, former Bengaluru Mayor Sampath Raj and Congress Corporator Abdul Rakib Zakir have been named by the crime branch. Congress MLA A.N. Murthy, whose house was attacked during the spate of arson and clashes in August, has demanded Sampath's suspension. Violent clashes had broken out on August 11th following an alleged derogatory post by a relative of Congress MLA Murthy. The mob had vandalized several vehicles and burned down several houses. Massive political war has now erupted between ex-allies Congress and JDS over these riots, with Kumaraswamy blaming the Congress for communal tensions. Listen in.
Why they want to attack, I don't know. Why what I have mistake, what I have done, what I am taking with the rival with them. Already you should dismiss from the party only.
You should have.
Yeah, you should have.
Okay.
You should have. Why means he is damaging the party.
Yes.
If party MLA only is attacking means it is very bad.
Yes.
This they have done.
Image, bad image.
Bad image it came.
Yeah.
But I'll meet directly to Siddhamaji and DK Shukumarji and our Zamir Ahmad Khan Ji. We will discuss them, and immediately we should take action. I am telling you.
Your demand is suspension.
Yeah, suspension. Police investigation is doing good. Whatever they are doing, it is good.
All right, from Karnataka, let's quickly shift focus to Uttar Pradesh. Let's shift focus to Hathras, which is day 3 of the CBI probe, which is being conducted as we speak. Even on day 3, the focus was on the victims' family. They were questioned today as well. The CBI is armed with all the documentary evidence, the diary which was maintained by the Uttar Pradesh police. CBI has sought the call records of the victim's elder brother from the UP police for alleged communications with main accused Sandeep. The brother's call records are under lens after it was found that 104 calls were made between October 19th to March 2020 to accuse Sandeep. CBI will also question the women family members of victim in the next coming few days. All right, let's take you now to Jammu and Kashmir. After spending 14 months in detention, PDP's Mehbooba Mufti was released from detention. Of course, when she has now come out and she stated she's going to fight against especially Article 370 that was taken down by the government. Mehbooba was put under house arrest when certain government purged Article 370 that provided special status to J&K on October 5th, 2019. Meanwhile, National Conference Chief Farooq Abdullah and former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah met the PDP chief at her residence today after she was released from detention. All right, shifting focus to the national capital, things don't look very good where the air quality index is concerned. It continues to deteriorate. We've seen an upswing, especially during the COVID crisis. However, right now, the air quality in the national capital is only falling. Delhi's Rohini and ITO are amongst the worst polluted areas and are in the very poor category. As pollution clouds hang heavy over the capital, Amritsar has become the epicenter of stubble burning. India Today's Aishwarya Paliwal filed this ground report.
Incidents of stubble burning are on the rise in Punjab and Haryana. Amid states' crackdown on stubble burning, farmers are now coming up with different ways to burn the crop and then cover their tracks. After burning the stubble, farmers plough the field and then there's no trace of the charred residue.
जो ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल ने हिदायत दी थी 5 एकड़ से कम वाले को फ्री मशीनरी देंगे, अभी तक तो वो भी नहीं आई। जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा 2600 रुपया प्रति एकड़, बेशक हम 6000 मांग रहे थे, वो किसी किसान को मिला हो तो बता दे, या स्टबल बर्निंग के ऊपर कोई इंडस्ट्री लगा दीजिए। सरकार के पास इसका हल तो कोई नहीं है। जबरदस्ती किसानों के ऊपर केस डालकर उनको जबरदस्ती रोकना चाहती है, ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा। हम बात समझते हैं, लेकिन हमको हल तो दीजिए।
Though a majority of the farmers turn to crop burning, there are a few who are trying to make a difference.
6 महीने के लिए हमने इकट्ठा किया हुआ है। 6 महीने के बाद में फिर हम लोग निकल जाते हैं चारा के लिए। मतलब 6 महीने तक हम लोग ये खवाते हैं यहाँ पर। उसके बाद में हमारा कोई काम नहीं है। ऐसा हमारे जो पुराने वर्ष थे वो सब लोग यही काम करते थे।
अच्छा, तो सालों साल से चलता आ रहा है।
ये हमारा तो जात जो है गुजर गई है। हम लोग यही काम करते हैं 12 महीने।
Most of the farmers we spoke with are of the opinion that they don't get help from the government, and most of them don't have the kind of manpower required into converting this stubble into heaps. Where I'm standing, most of the people here have converted their stubble, cut it and made it into heaps which will later be fed to the cattle. But they still say not every farmer has this kind of capacity, which is why they resort to the easier option available to them, which is crop burning. This is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting from Amritsar for India Today with camera person Amit Kumar.
All right, the much-awaited iPhone's next generation Series 12 has been launched. These are the specs and especially the price points for India.
The Apple logo transitioned into an ultra-zoom shot of the moon, later into a time-lapse of a rising sun at the Apple Park, and followed by the CEO Tim Cook welcoming the streamers and kicking off the event called High Speed.
Hello, and welcome back to Apple Park.
And first things first, yes, we have 4 new iPhones now. iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini, iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max. All of them 5G enabled. iPhone 12 will have the same 6.1-inch display size as the iPhone 11 and iPhone XR, but is going from LCD screen to OLED. 12 now has a flat aluminium sides for an overall look that more closely matches to the iPhone 4 from years ago. Around back, the iPhone 12 has 2 cameras housed in a matte glass circle, which has a 12-megapixel f1.6 main camera that is fastest aperture in any iPhone yet, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. And the front camera on the iPhone 12 is now gaining a night mode. Powered by the company's new A14 Bionic processor, Apple claims it is up to 50% faster than the leading chips in the Android smartphones. The iPhone 12 is also Apple's first major foray into 5G cellular technologies. One of the key changes in the devices is the wireless charging, and as it was being speculated, Apple is removing the charging brick from its iPhone 12 boxes. Alongside the 6.1-inch iPhone 12, Apple also introduced a smaller 5.4-inch model that it calls the iPhone 12 mini. Here, the Touch ID has been knocked off and has been replaced with Face ID. The edge-to-edge screen device is being touted as the smallest, thinnest and lightest 5G phone in the world by the Apple. Next in line are the flagship devices iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max. Apple has gone old school here again and has used the squared-off design on the stainless steel-bodied Pro devices. The 6.1-inch iPhone 12 Pro and 6.7-inch iPhone 12 Pro Max are bigger than last year's 5.8-inch iPhone 11 Pro and 6.5-inch iPhone 11 Pro Max. iPhone 12 Pro Max is now the biggest phone to date of the Apple. The 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max will be available in 128, 256 and 512 GB models in graphite, silver, gold and Pacific blue, starting at 1,19,900 and 1,29,900 respectively. Harshit Joshi for India Today.
Welcome back. Time for our fact check section where we bust certain myths masquerading to be facts. Information floating about right now, you might have seen it on WhatsApp groups, which suggested Kiran Kher, BJP MP, had said rapes are part of the Indian culture. False. She never made any such statement. With that fact check, it's a wrap on this edition of 7 at 7. We'll see you on the other side on To The Point. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.